Do 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 do. I think the worst part about this movie honestly has to be the Fall Out Boy redone version of the Ghostbusters theme song, because that, I enjoy Fall Out Boy's music, but that was just whatever that was. It was not Ghostbusters. I tell you that much. It might have used all the lyrics. It might have said Ghostbusters a few times inside the song, but that was not Ghostbusters, and I feel like that was not Fall Out Boy either. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Nate here, bringing you my review of Ghostbusters, the 2016 version. And I'm going to just say it straight off the bat, because either way, I feel like I'm going to get hate, depending, because this entire movie has just gotten hate for its entire production. Because if you hate the movie, it's like you're against women's rights, against women equality. But then if you do like the movie, it's like, why do you like this piece of garbage that's called a movie? And then it's like, this is the most, disliked movie trailer in all of YouTube's history. If I'm gonna say it right now, in my personal opinion, this movie was okay. It's the regular summer action comedy that's, pretty, decent. Like, I went into the movie theater just expecting, not a good movie, but I walked out, mildly impressed. I laughed at, most of the jokes. I would say probably like 65% of the jokes, because other was it 35% just didn't click with me. It was just like no one else in the theater laughed either, so I know it just wasn't me. It was like they're trying to be funny, but it just wasn't happening. And I have to say that's my other critique for the movie, is that some of the jokes were very hit or miss. Like, some of them just could have been reworked in order for them to, be actually funny instead of what they had inside the movie. And not only that, but like most of the best jokes inside the movie were inside the trailers. I'm just saying, I hate when, trailers do that. But let's talk about the plot of the movie, which basically it's ghosts are, taking over, New York City, Ghostbusters. They bust the ghost, obviously, and, that's basically about it. And it works perfectly well for the movie. Like, the movie went at a pretty good pace. Like, there was a part where, like, no one believes about the ghost, and, no one, like, everyone thinks that the Ghostbusters are frauds. But then, it's like this down moment for all of our characters, and it's like, next scene is like uplifting, and it's like, it gives it enough, for me personally, it gave it enough time to be, a downing moment, like a sad moment, but then they picked it back up. Because I feel like there's a lot of nostalgia in the moviegoers that are going to see this version of Ghostbusters and things. Hopefully it's better than the original. I don't think it is, but it's been a while since I've seen the originals. But, I don't think it's that terrible either. I would say, it's probably better than Ghostbusters 2. But with that being said, remember, it's Ghostbusters. The premise in the first place was never really that, crazy or like mind-blowing. It was just a very fun action comedy that worked in sci-fi. So for me personally, I feel like when there's like a sad moment, the sad moment shouldn't last too long, right? It should be there to affect the viewer and let the viewers know that what's happening is sad, and then, you cut to your next scene, and then, they start picking up the story again. And I mentioned nostalgia earlier because we're in 2016 right now, and, the original Ghostbusters, I believe it came out in 1983. I could be wrong on that. I know it's like 1980 something. But my main point being is that special effects has gone such a long way, and it's been incredible. And that's one of the, best things I can say about this movie, is that the special effects were like on par and were like great. Anyway, moving on to the actresses and the one actor, that being Chris Hemsworth. Chris Hemsworth, they have a gag with him that he's, the good-looking dumb dude. It was funny at first. I was like, haha, look, it's Chris Hemsworth being dumb. Get it? Because, he's Thor, and Thor is mighty. And, when we got to the end, and they just keep on, trying to use the same jokes, but, different, just tell it a different way. It's not working. But honestly, Kristen Wiig, Melissa McCarthy, I believe Leslie Jones, and Kate McKinnon, they all did, a pretty good job, I would say so. Again, Ghostbusters, nothing too seriously. It's not supposed to, they're not supposed to be, crying their eyes out, over, the death of some character or something like that. But I do have to say, Kate McKinnon, honestly, personally, she stole the show for me. It's something about, her lines weren't even that great, but, Kate McKinnon just made it work. And, I just need her in more movies, because she's fantastic. And the last thing I want to talk about is essentially this movie is a reboot for Ghostbusters. I don't know if Sony, I believe it's Sony, is going to make more of these. I heard that, for the Thursday night viewings, Ghostbusters only made $3 million, and for, something with such a big name to it, that's not good. So I don't know how much Ghostbusters is going to make this weekend, but, I feel like Ghostbusters, this version of Ghostbusters, Ghostbusters 2016, should have went the route of Star Wars. What I mean by that, it's like both a reboot and like continuing on the story. Like this could have been taking place, you know, within the same continuity of the original Ghostbusters. It's like these are all the daughters of, you know, all the main characters of Ghostbusters, which kind of works if you think about it, because there are a few cameos from the original Ghostbusters inside this film, which I thought were fantastic. But moving on, if you just had like the daughters or the granddaughters, it doesn't really matter, you know, just of the main characters, and then, you know, ghosts are, you know, attacking again New York City, you know, that can work, you know, just, you know, be like a Force Awakens. It's like A New Hope, but with new characters. So I don't know if there's going to be the second one or third one, but no, you know, in the end, my grade for Ghostbusters 2016 is it's okay. Like I said earlier, I spent like about $8 for this movie, and I would have to say I enjoyed myself watching it. I laughed at most of the jokes, and I had a good time looking at all the spectacle and all the, you know, special effects. All I gotta say is that there was one special effects scenes which involved a green screen, I'm pretty sure, towards the end of the movie, that just did not look good at all. It looked so bad. But then again, I don't know how you could have made it look good in any other way without making it look corny. But, you know, like a good 99% of the special effects were, you know, on point. But yeah, those are my opinions on the 2016 Ghostbusters movie. Let me know your thoughts if you've seen the movie down in the comments below. And if you haven't seen the movie, let me know what's the spookiest thing you ever heard of or seen down in the comments below. But with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. I truly do appreciate it. And I'll see you guys all next time. Whenever that is, I have no idea. I think it's Sunday, because that's when K-pop stuff comes out. But I'm assuming if you're watching this, you're like somewhat into K-pop. But if you're like a new person to my channel, you probably don't care at all. But yeah, I'll see you guys then. Next movie review, I think, will either be next week for Star Trek, or it will be on the, not this Monday, but the next Monday for Batman: The Killing Joke. You can see it on the calendar if you zoom in far enough. Anyway, I'll see you guys all then. Bye-bye!